Hello everyone. In previous classes we have studied about types of mutual funds and advantages and disadvantages of mutual funds. Today we are going to study about the structure of the mutual funds. So fund structure, fund sponsor is their trustee, asset management company, depository agent and custodian. I will come to this chart bit later and let's understand who these persons or group of persons are. Fund sponsor. Any person or a corporate body that establishes the fund and registers it with SEBI. He is a former of the mutual fund. He forms a trust and appoints a board of trustees. So board of trustees are appointed by fund sponsor and appoints the custodian and asset management company either directly or through the trustee in accordance with SEBI regulations. The fund sponsor will appoint asset management company and even the custodian. Directly or indirectly means the asset management company and the custodian may be appointed directly from the fund sponsor or through the trustee. SEBI regulations also define that the sponsor must contribute at least 40% of the net worth of the asset management company. Means in the capital of asset management company, fund sponsor should contribute at least 40%. We'll go for trustees created through the document called trust deed. It's nothing but an agreement that is executed by the fund sponsor and the registered with the SEBI. The trust, the mutual fund may be managed by the board of directors, means trustees or the board of trustees are managing the mutual funds. Protectors of unit holders interest. They are the protectors of unit holders interest. Two-thirds of the trustees shall be independent persons. So trustees, at least two-thirds are the independent and should not be associated with the sponsors. Obligations of the trustees, these all are the responsibilities of the trustees or else the duties of the trustees. Enter into a investment management agreement with AMC. They will enter into the investment management agreement with asset management company. Ensure that the funds transactions are in accordance with the trust deed. They will ensure as per the agreement the transactions will go on. They will give the report to SEBI on half-year basis about the fund's activities and ensure that there is no changes in the fundamental attributes of any schemes and any other change which will affect the interest of unit holders is happens without informing the unit holders. That means without informing the unit holders, there should not be any changes and the trustees will look over about this. Review the investors' complaints received and readdressed of the same by the AMC. The complaints and the queries which is received by the AMC will be reviewed by the trustees. We'll go for asset management company. Act as an investment manager of the trust under the board supervision and directions of the trustees. The trustees are the directors. That's why it is called board of trustees. And on the direction of trustees, asset management company will work. Has to be approved and registered with the SEBI, will float and manage the different investment schemes in the name of trust and accordance with the SEBI regulations. Asset management company will provide the schemes and the different products which is approved by the board of trustees and which is under the regulations of SEBI. Acts in interest of unit holders and reports to the trustees. Asset management company should be report the trustees. At least 50% of the directors on the board are independent of the sponsor or the trustees. 50% of the directors of the AMC should be independent from sponsors and the trustees. Obligation of asset management company. Float investment schemes only after receiving the prior approval from the trustees and the SEBI. So they can provide the products and the schemes only after the approval of the trustees and the SEBI. Send quarterly report to trustees. They should provide the report once in 3 months to the trustees. Make the required disclosure to the investors in the areas such as the calculation of net asset value and repurchase price. Make the required disclosure to the investors in the areas such as the calculation of net asset value and repurchase price. To calculate the net asset value and repurchase price, they will give the needed information to the investors. Must maintain the net worth of at least 10 crores at all the times. What is net worth? Total assets minus total liabilities is called net worth, and the AMC should maintain at least 10 crores at all the time. Will not purchase or sell securities through any broker which is average of 5% or more of the aggregate purchase and sale of the securities made by the mutual funds in all its schemes. That means asset management company can go for the brokers for purchase and sell of any securities up to 4.99%. They cannot reach 5% of their total purchases. AMC cannot act as a trustee for any other mutual funds. Do not undertake any other activity conflicting with the managing the funds. Custodian has the responsibility of physical handling of safekeeping securities. He is the holder of the security documents, should be independent of the sponsors and registered with the SEBI. Depositories. Depositories are those persons who will manage the dematerialized certificates of the investors. Distribution channels. Mutual funds are the primary vehicles for the large collective investments working on the principle of pooling the funds. It's nothing but collecting the funds from small investors. A substantial portion of the investment happen at retail level. That means a portion of this particular investment will happen at retail level through agents and distribution companies. Agent is a broker between fund and the investor and acts on behalf of the principal. He is not exclusive to the fund and also sells other financial services. He is not only selling the mutual funds, he will do other financial services as a financial advisor. Distribution companies is a company which sells mutual funds on behalf of the fund. It has several employees or sub-brokers under it. It manages the distribution for several funds and receives the commission for its services. So they are like brokers, but they are the companies. Banks and NBFCs. Several banks, particularly private and foreign banks, are involved in fund distribution by providing a similar services like that the distribution companies. Some banks, even some of the nationalized banks, works as an agent. They work on the commission basis. Direct marketing. Directly mutual fund companies will go for the market, will go for the investors, and the sales practices. About the agent commission, maximum or minimum is not prescribed or fixed by the government, but as per the SEBI regulation 1996, the total expenses including brokerage charges should not be more than 6% of the resources raised. Okay. Excess distribution charges. If the distribution charges or the expenses are exceeded, then the remaining balance should be borne by the AMC. A no-load fund is authorized to charge the schemes with the commissions paid to the agents as a part of regular management and marketing expenses allowed by the SEBI. No-load fund means the fund which has no brokerage at all. For that particular fund, there are several expenses, and that expenses can be treated as a regular management and marketing expenses as per the SEBI regulations. So that's it for today's class. In coming classes, we will speak about the regulations which is provided by the SEBI. Already we have studied in this class little bit. We'll go for that too in the next class.